Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix, and today is Tuesday, December 7th, 2021, and there has been some news over the weekend. I was dealing with the after effects of getting my COVID booster, so that was fun. Anyway, as I said, there is news, and we have got a lot of it to cover today. Some good, some, kind of questionable. So, getting into it. First off, we've got some new buzzworthy Bumblebee boxes of Cliff Jumper and Cup. I'm sorry, what? Wait. So these Studio Series figures are now being repackaged in the Buzzworthy series. So, what? I'm sorry, just what? What are you doing, Hasbro? Again, what? That makes no sense. That just makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, here's Cup right here. I don't get it. I do not get it. Is this for markets where Cliff Jumper and Cup didn't appear? I don't understand. I just do not understand. Are they trying to sell these at a different price point? Is that what's going on? I just what? Just again, what? What are you doing, Hasbro? Next up, we've got images from Hobby Miser Studio's Facebook group of Kingdom Core Class Hot Rod. And there's some surprises with this little guy. So he is out in retail in China, apparently, or Philippines. I can't remember which. And yeah, he's a cool little dude. Nice little car. I like it. The back, cool. He has nothing in his head. It is completely hollow. I knew it. We have been proven correct. Hot Rod has no brain. Okay, in all seriousness, this is either a cost-cutting measure or it's a measure for the actual transformation, because there might be a clearance issue where having a full backed head just wouldn't work. So hold on. Let me look at my other core class figures here real quick. So looking at Prime, Megatron, Starscream, and Soundwave, they all have some hollowness to them. All of their heads have a bit of hollowness to them, but not to this degree. Hot Rod is the only one of all these figures to literally be a completely hollow head. Like, it's been fully chiseled out there, like a pumpkin. Where Prime has a big square, Soundwave has a big square, Prime has a trapezoid, Megatron has a couple of triangles, and Starscream has two squares. So yeah, there is some cutout on the others, but it's not to this degree. Still though, I'm going to pick this figure up because I think it looks cool, especially in vehicle mode. Still, that is really weird. Now we've got some first looks at Transformers Red Knockout and Ultra Magnus. So obviously the Ultra Magnus is just a repaint of Prime, but Knockout, this is Transformers Prime Knockout, and this is the only picture we have. Cool. That Knockout looks magnificent. It just does. Ultra Magnus, it's fine. But that Knockout, ooh, yes, give me that Knockout. Next up, we've got DNA Design Kit DK31 Transformers Kingdom Autobot Arc Upgrade. The box contains a pair of interchangeable hands, 2 pairs of turret attachments, 2 small panel attachments, 2 large panel attachments, and some antennae. Now, hands fully articulated. Great. That is fan-freaking-tastic. I love that. The panels... The large panels are going to fit on the back of the lower legs, which is great. That's nice. I really do appreciate that. And then the other panels are going to go, well, looks like, oh, the turrets are going to fill in over the gaps that are at the bottom of the legs. And then the upgrade kit, hands, yeah, I think I'm going to get this just for the freaking hands. Oh, and then there's some panel gap for the back of the tower in the alt mode, Oh, and thankfully, those other panels fill in the gaps that are on the sides here, and those big panels fill in the big gaps that I hate. This is a total buy for me. This is totally buy for me. I'm going to, as soon as I'm done here, I'm pre-ordering this over at the Big Bad Toy Store. Link will be they're down in the description for the Big Bad Toy Store for this set. In a bit of fun news that I think is actually really cool, an interview with Bob Budensky confirmed a little bit of fun trivia. So back in the day, the G1 Seeker's tech specs were a little bit weird. Skywarp was ranked with a higher intelligence and higher rank compared to Thundercracker and Starscream. And people always wondered, why was that? Well, and you should watch this interview with Rodimus Primal. He did a great job with this interview. Mystery's finally solved. Bob himself confirmed that Hasbro mixed up the rankings when printing the packages, with Skywarp receiving Starscream's numbers and Thundercracker getting Skywarp's, and then Starscream getting Thundercrackers. So, yeah. Easy mix-up. It happens. You know, I mean, we're talking about the 80s where things were moving very fast and very loose. And next we have something with a little bit of grain of salt, kind of. So we've got some images of WFC, Omega Supreme, and Ironhide redecos. So the first one is Omega Guardian. It's just a very, very tiny little screenshot. So there's the Omega Guardian. No idea who this is. That might just be Omega Supreme. And then the base mode. And this screenshot specifically came from the event, the Q&A that Hasbro held last week, where there were some Easter eggs on screen. And one was Legacy Inferno, which we knew was coming. Shattered Glass Blaster, which we didn't know was coming. And very small images to invite speculation. One that might have been the first look at Menasor, so we'll go down there and look a bit more. And then we've got this image of a redeco of Ironhide in the original Diaclone colors. I could see this being a Legacy figure. I really could. I could see this coming out in Legacy. So let's take a look. Oh, geez. Well, that sure as heck isn't helping us. Okay. Can't get much from that, but this one right here on not the far right, but the right must be the Menasor, or not the Menasor, the Motormaster one, maybe. Actually, that could be the Breakdown. It could be. Now, you might be wondering why I said Breakdown, even though that might not look like Breakdown. And this comes from RecR39 over at TFW 2005. They've got an update. Now, grain of salt with this. Legacy Menasor, not pure G1. Dragstrip is the only purely G1 figure. Dead End is heavily G1 inspired with an ROTF Dead End's purple windows and windshields. Breakdown is Transformers Prime Breakdown, including the vehicle mode. Wild Rider has a chainsaw in reference to the Stunticon job. Motormaster has a slight RID-15 reference in his deco. And all the modes are very G1 inspired, minus Breakdown, who is likely a G1ified to an extent. That could be very cool. It also could be an utter disaster. I don't know yet. I suspect we will find out more at Toy Fair come January, February. Don't know yet. I would be very interested to see what this Menasor is going to look like if that is the case, where it's got such wildly different vehicles. Because Breakdown was a truck, an armored truck. So that's going to be real interesting. Now, yes, Wild Rider in Combiner Wars was a pickup truck. Yeah, this is going to be weird. This is going to be real weird, but it could be cool. It could be very cool. We'll just have to wait and see. And somebody got a hold of Black Zarak and did the thing. Black Zarak can do the thing. If you don't know what the thing is, go watch the last few episodes of Master Force. And before we move on to the last recording, TFCon Toronto, or is it just TFCon Canada? Anyway, The next TFCon that's happening in the Great White North is going to have an X-Transbot Master X Series exclusive. And it is a nice looking figure. I love the red. I love the way this figure looks. So if you're going to TFCon, I would see if you can get a hold of this because it looks like a sweet figure. And TFCon revealed while I was editing this video that the next exclusive has been announced. It is Ocular Max Perfection Series Helion IMP, or IMP. It's a recolored in a retro cool blue exterior. This is a must for all Minibots fans. And that looks a heck of a lot like the Tumblr third-party figure that I have. That sucks. I'm hoping it isn't. I really hope it's a good figure. So, again, if you're of TFCon Toronto, pick it up and let me know what you think. All right, folks, we're at the last story for today, and this one's a weird one. So, there's this... where do I even begin? Okay, so, official Instagram account for Transformers has shared information about a new official G1 Transformers limited posters. It's by an artist named Juan Ramos, featuring confrontation between the G1 Autobots and Decepticon teams with Optimus Prime and Megatron at the center. Okay, so the actual poster itself looks kind of cool. I'm not going to deny that. Got a bunch of robots here. They seem to be based on toys. It looks nifty. It's colorful. I actually kind of like it. There's just one problem. You see, not all of these pictures of robots are from Hasbro toys. A lot of them are from third-party toys, believe it or not. So first off, here's Starscream holding Megatron in gun mode. Okay, so that appears to be from... Wait, is that MP Starscream or is that Deformation Starscream? I don't even know anymore. And then there's Soundwave shooting Laserbeak out of his chest, which is from Robot Paradise. It's the exact same pose. Even Laserbeak is in the same pose. And then here's the image filled in a little bit with some other stuff. So we've got... Not sure which Prime that is. I don't think that's MP44. Not sure what Wheeljack that is. That's Toy World Devastator. The Rumble is actually a composite of two different shots from MMC's Rumble. And that Megatron is supposed to be the most recent MP Megatron, but there's a little bit of discourse on whether it's actually MP Megatron or it's Make Toys, or Make Toys are one of the third-party Megatrons. And the Skywarp is apparently New Age Skywarp. It's like, wait, what? What? Even if I'm wrong in saying what each one of these figures are, an official piece of Hasbro art is using third-party images. What? I mean, just what are you doing, Hasbro? Had to do some digging, but here is the superimpose of the two different MMC images that are of Rumble. So they had the same pose. One was with the arms, one was with the pile drivers. And then here they are superimposed over the image on the poster. Yeah, guys, not a good look. And here are the actual images. Here's the image of the pile drivers. And here's the image of the Rumble with the arms. Again, not a good look, guys. And here's the actual image of the Constructicons doing the I almost said the Spider-Man, the Iron Man pose. Obviously, they redid the head. Oh, Lord, and here's where the head came from. I mean, it's insane. It is bonkers. The more you dig into this image, the more you find just lifted work everywhere. It's nuts. Like, why? So there was something, I've been trying to find the tweet and I can't find it. But the folks who are publishing this came out and said that Juan did not have all of the pictures or all the figures that he wanted to use for this images, or that Hasbro wanted to use. So Hasbro gave him the go-ahead to just find images and just put them in the picture. That's called plagiarism, Hasbro. But now, I'm not a lawyer, but I suspect there is a very, very big gray area here with Hasbro and the third parties. So if the third parties go after Hasbro for, using their images without consent, then I'm sure Hasbro could turn around and go after the third parties for using their character designs without their consent. So I guess this is kind of like a Mexican standoff with giant robots. Ooh, actually, that would be a good movie. All right, everybody, that was the news for today, Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. Let me know what you think about everything down in the comments. Please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you all for watching. I've been Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you all next time.